me now, I ain't no holy individual, but I am righteous. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not gonna steal from you, I'm not gonna cheat you. I'm gonna tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. That's it.
Whoops.
It was good, my G.
Yeah, it was good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Was good, my digger.
All right, what's up, man? Chilling.
All right. Was good. Yo, welcome to Strictly for My Diggers. Glad to finally have you on.
Word. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you already know. Yo, I want to ask you this question. Like the name Scary Hour. Now, does that come from the Wu-Tang song Scary Hour?
So, my cousin actually gave me that name, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know like where he got it from, but I did realize like years later that, you know, there was a song, I think on the second Wu-Tang album. It was like something in like parentheses Scary Hour. Right. So maybe he got it from that. I don't know. I just roll with it. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's a good description of my style though. So I just roll with it. You know what I
mean? Right. Yeah, because your beats have a very spooky, like scary, like theme to it. Like you watch a lot of scary, spooky, you know, killer flash horror.
Somewhat. I would say more like I would say more introspective, maybe, like with the ability to be spooky, I guess. Like, I mean, it's some dark shit.
You definitely got some dark shit.
But, yeah.
You definitely got some dark shit. Because I did a review on Hus Kingpin's album, and that was one of my favorite tracks. Was it Devonshire? Yeah. Devonshire. That was one of my favorite tracks on the album. And you worked with him in the past, right?
Yes. Yeah, I did like 3 joints on the Slime Wave album.
Yeah.
The one with Crooked Eye, then the joint with Smooth on it. And, yeah.
Because I recognize the name. Now, where you from?
I'm from Portsmouth, Virginia. Okay. It's sort of like in the Norfolk, Virginia Beach area. Right. Sort of a small town. Like if you're not from Virginia, you probably never heard of it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Oh wow! Because you know what, I was talking to another producer, friend of mine, Yajmal.
Yeah, that's my guy.
He's like, that's my man right there. I said, I got him on Saturday or whatever.
Right.
He's like, he's fire. I said, I know, or he wouldn't be on the show if he wasn't fire. You know, I said, he's fire or whatever. You know.
He's a real passionate dude about music, about what he's doing. Like he brings some good energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he brings a lot of good energy or whatever. So with that Devonshire beat, I mean, what did you use? What are you using to make beats, or in particular, what did you use to make that beat?
I use straight up FL Studio. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
Yeah. I work better with software. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? I've used hardware like machines, stuff like that. I actually had a machine, but I traded it. But yeah, so I software just works better for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm straight FL. You know what I'm saying?
So why would you say software works better? Because I know a lot of people, when they start out, like a lot of producers, especially in the younger producers, when they start out with software, but they go to hardware. They start out with software because of money reasons. You know, I never hear, people who, go from hardware to software like that, unless it's in the game for a minute. But I know younger producers, it's like, I didn't have the money to get the MPC, things like that. So what is it about software that makes you stick with that?
So me, like, just, I used to be sort of a nomad, you know what I'm saying? Like it worked better for me because I was always kind of like moving around and I could just make beats anywhere, just on my laptop. I do use an MPD along with it as well, though. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I do utilize that if I need to. So yeah, but I'm just more comfortable with that. That's my thing.
So with FL Studio, was Ninth Wonder an influence for you using FL Studio, or is that just what you got?
Possibly, yeah, because he was probably the first one I can think of that really used it for like the boom bap shit. You know what I'm saying? I think so. Yeah, because prior to him, I never even heard of Fruity Loops. You know what I'm saying? And then so I downloaded like one of the earlier versions like a long time ago, and I would just like fuck around with it, just like make like just like fake Timberland beats just to you know, just for the shits and giggles, you know what I'm saying? Not really like, you know, taking it serious, like just to, you know,
right.
And but then it evolved, and I started to like it, and then I started to make the kind of music I like to listen to, you know what I'm saying, which is boom bap. And I kind of like I guess I started to develop my own sound with that, you know? And yeah.
Right. So Zad, do you think that's something you're going to stick with, or you're going to eventually go to hardware, or you're just good where you're at right now?
I'm good where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it for so long that I'm probably just going to stick with it. You know what I'm saying? Unless, you know, and you know, just I have a really busy life. So for me, it's best for me right now just to stick with familiarity. You know what I'm saying? And just move my sound forward with what I utilize to make it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's not really about it's not you know, the equipment that you use, because I see motherfuckers that'll post like pictures of their, you know, studio space online, and they'll have like, you know, all this fancy equipment and keyboards and shit, and the music sounds just like some regular shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about the equipment. It's about how to utilize it. It's about how you know, move your sound forward and just create your own vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because you know what I see is like really as sample based beat makers, because you know I'm a beat maker myself.
Yeah.
I see the talent is really your ear.
Yeah.
You know, it's really your ear. You know, we don't really play stuff, and I notice nowadays, right? It's like it's a difference between the DJ Premier era where he was chopping shit up and taking here and here and really showing his chopping skills. And nowadays, I notice a lot of producers are finding just obscure loops and things that you would really loop up and just ripping it, and just doing it like that. So it's more like finding something fly for the MC to rhyme over.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you just took it and as it is, but it sounds fly. Because a lot of times we get caught up in just chopping shit up. How do you know when to say, hey, let me just take this sound fly, or hey, let me chop this up? Or do you chop? Or you just straight?
Oh yeah, I chop. Actually, I started out chopping. Like when I first started, like I was chopping everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like every fucking thing, I had to chop it, you know. But nowadays I'm just all about the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Whatever sounds right. It doesn't matter. I think I was watching like a interview. Who was it? It was the guy from the Heatmakers, right? He was saying that like he was saying that he was like producers sell like emotion or something like that. Anyway, basically what he was saying was like the average Joe who listens to you know, a hip hop beat, they're not gonna care like if it's chopped or not. They just want to know that it sounds good. They want to vibe to it. You know, and that's kind of how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I just play it by ear. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because you're right. And that's what I was talking to Yajmal the other night, and I was saying like, you know, I was telling him like, yo, some of your favorite producers are just straight up looping or whatever. And to people like me, and to people like, you know, me and who is in the game, were like, oh damn, that's all he did. But to the average person,
they have no idea.
They have no idea. It sounds incredible. They think you played every element within that sample, not knowing that it's already in the sample. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what I'm seeing nowadays. A lot of producers are doing. It's just finding shit.
Right.
You know, maybe throw drums on it, maybe not throw drums on it. Now, how do you feel about drumless beats? Are you a fan of that?
Again, to me, it's about the vibe. I don't think I've made too many straight up drumless beats. But it's all about the vibe at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I would prefer some drums, you know, typically. But sometimes you just don't need them, you know, just, you know, if it sounds good, then we good to go, you know?
Right. And you say you go by the vibe. So that tells me you're more of a feeling producer versus a technical producer.
Right.
Because this is my analysis. When I see technical producers versus feeling producers, the technical producers to me are kind of whack. You know, those are the ones to me that I see. They sell like the sample kits. They do the instructional DVDs.
Yeah,
you know, they're so damn technical. You know, you can learn from them and things like that. But when you hear them making their own beats, it's like, that shit garbage. Because they're not doing with feeling. They're doing with the algorithm. You know what I mean?
Sometimes you can overdo it. You can overdo it sometimes.
Overdo
you know
it. Right. So I'll definitely take a feeling beat over a technical beat, you know?
Right. And also I mean, so for me, like making beats is sort of therapeutic. So you know, I do it for myself first, you know.
Right.
So it's how it comes out. So like a lot of times like people will hit me up for beats or whatever, and they'll say like, I want this kind of beat or that kind of beat, but it has to always be organic. I'm not good at like making the kind of beat that you want me to make. It has to like, I have to go down the line, and when I get there, boom, there you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's I get it.
Right. So you didn't make Derbyshire for Huss in mind, you just made that beat.
Yeah, just in general. Yeah.
Right, and you like the beat, right. So you just make the beat and it's not tailored for anyone else. You just make the beat, and if they feel it, they feel it, and you go from there. Right.
Exactly.
Got you. So now you're using software, right? Now with samples, are you digging online or are you going to the turntables? Do you dig for vinyl?
Nah, not really. It's typically going to be on typically going to be like MP3s that I find online.
Right.
Right. I have in the past, but the way my life is like right now, like I don't really have the hold on, somebody's calling me. Oh, my bad. Yeah, straight. Yeah, usually just MP3s, you know what I'm saying, online.
Right. So like when you listen to a sample, right? What are you looking for? Is it just anything that's moves you? Do you have a certain genre? Do you know what is it?
I do like guitars and shit. I like a lot of like old like progressive rock, psychedelic rock, stuff like that. I used to sample a lot of soul when I first started, but I feel like the game is just like oversaturated with soul beats now, to the point where unless you're putting your own like spin on it, then you know it gets kind of like redundant. But I mean, I will do some soul shit, but typically it is going to be like some like obscure, like foreign, you know, rock shit. Maybe, you know,
so
or also like old like horror scores, things like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So basically, when it's time to make a beat, you go to YouTube. Are you going to YouTube or?
No, I don't really use YouTube. I use this it's an app called SoulSeek. It's like a file sharing program.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sort of like Napster was back in the day, but it's like, you know, I guess for like beat diggers or anybody.
Yeah. And what are you typing in progressive rock? Are you typing that in, or what's?
Nah, you know, at a point you start to I guess develop a memory of different like groups or, you know, composers, things like that to look for. And usually that person might have like, you know, more of that type of music, you know what I'm saying? So you can just like search their catalog and see what they have, you know?
Right.
So you just sharing files basically, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so it's free.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's free. Got you. It's free. Right. Okay, yeah, because I was just wondering, you know, because
I don't think I've ever like used YouTube or anything.
Right, because like I said, I'm 47 years old. I'm old guy, and you know, I was collecting vinyl, buying vinyl, but I don't have I don't have the space for it no more. So I started digging online. Right,
exactly.
All that stuff starts to, because you got these purists that's like, yo, the kicks and stands got to come off record. You know what I mean? They can't come from nowhere else but record. You know, and after a while, I'm like, listen, man, all this vinyl, it accumulates in your home, and you know what I mean? It's no room. You have no room for it.
And I've had that situation. I've had like tons of vinyl like land. It's just when you're moving around a lot, it's not, you don't really have it's in the way.
Yeah, so I'm definitely digging online and things like that, and it made things easier. You know, I used the MPT 2000 XL for over 20 years, and recently, you know, in the last maybe 10 months or so, I went to the MPC studio, and I love it. I'm never going back to the XL.
Yeah,
makes me easy to beats, because I had MPC 2000 XL on a trackboard, natural trackboard. You know, so it's like I'm not going back to that, you know, and things like that. So
but you have to evolve with it, I guess. Like I know, like when I first started making beats, it was almost like taboo to not use real. But I don't give a fuck. Like I mean, at the end of the day, like the world evolves, life evolves.
Right, it's the end result. It's the beat dope. You know,
exactly. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? we can't stay stuck in 1995 forever.
We can't. We can't. We can still use those
templates, the ideals of
right, the ideal, but as far as
but the way of making it can
making the beat and getting the job done, we can't be stuck in using the SP1200. I mean, we're supposed to evolve, and I do respect that. You know, I respect the new producers that's coming up that's making that boom bap, but they making it in their own way, using
in their own terms.
They on their own terms, and I'm, you know, I started, you know, adapting to that as well. Things like that. A lot of times we feel that makes us real hip hop if we have, you know, 2 turntables and an SP12 or an MC, things like that.
It's about the music. About the music. That's all it is.
It's definitely about the music. Now, when it comes to drums, like your drum sounds, I mean, packs.
Now I do use I usually do chop up my drum breaks though. You know what I'm saying? Those are always gonna be at the base level slice drums. You know what I'm saying? And I might put overlays on them, but typically yeah, I'm just chopping up like drum samples.
When you say you're chopping up drums, you're chopping up a kick, a snare, a hi-hat. You're actually finger drumming.
Right, exactly. Or I might just like just keep that pattern and just like move different elements around in it. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on how you know how it's going at that time, you know.
Right. So you're not opposed to using break beats and just chopping.
Nah, that's what I'm talking. Break, yeah, that's what I use. Break beats.
Okay. Break beats, right?
Yeah, it's a break beat that I'm using.
Will you straight loop it though? Will you just straight loop a break beat?
I will. Yeah, I will.
No shit.
I'm like 50-50 from between like just you know, throwing a straight break out there and then chopping it and then, you know, putting it in my own terms. You know what I'm
saying? Right. Yeah. I'm the same way. I mean, right now I've been, you know, finger drumming a little bit, you know what I mean? But after a while, you know, I'm not a drummer. You know, that pattern can get redundant.
Yeah.
To do something else or whatever, you know, and things like that. So I definitely agree with you on that. So
because sometimes like the old school drum breaks, I mean, sometimes you just can't go wrong with just putting
because it's got that groove like you can't duplicate. You know. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you just don't have to touch it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So let me ask you this: are you starting with the sample first or the drums first?
Typically the sample, but I'm not opposed to starting with the drums. So really it just depends. But usually it is a sample. But sometimes, like, you know, when you finish a beat, you're like, damn, those drums are fire on that track. So you might start a whole new project with those same drums. Yeah.
So how many drum sounds do you have? Like 500? Because I talked to beat producers about, I got 500. But out of those 500, how many are you really using? Really?
Nah,
let's be real.
I try to. Or is that? I mean, I got all kinds of like packs and kits and breaks and stuff, but I mean, I probably use overall, I'd say less than 20 different types of drum sounds.
So they're using the same drums pretty much over and over again, right?
Yeah. But you can but I might filter them or like change different things in them to where it might not sound the same as the previous one. The previous time I used it. You know what I'm saying?
You may stack them a little something.
Stack them.
And things like that. Yeah. That's fine.
I mean, like as far as less than 20, like I guess breaks. You know what I'm saying? I've all like, you know, random kits laying around. I might just like throw on top of them, but there's like 20 breaks that I'll use like as a core, as a template. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because I've interviewed a bunch of producers, you know, and things like that, especially from season 1. And I've heard a lot of them say they got all these, and I'm like, but damn, how many do you really use?
Right.
You're using all 500 of these, you know what I mean? Things like that, you know?
If I'm the kind of person where if I have too many options, then I'll get overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? So I try not to have too much stuff going around, you know what I'm saying?
Right, because I usually ask like, okay, when it's time to make beats, do you find new drums, or do you have a scary hour drum kit set up?
Yeah. So I have like a folder of like different of like my normal like go-to you know, drum patterns, airs, kicks, things like that. You know.
Right. Now, do you have a certain BPM range that you stay within?
It can be all over the place. Typically I don't go over like 80. Usually it's going to be like 70, 73-ish.
Right. Let me ask you a question, because I know it's 2021 going to 2022, but I noticed the beats have gotten slower. It's not that 95 boom, like that you know, that boom bap.
Right.
People are rhyming a little. I think do you think it's because MCs want you to hear every word that they're saying now? Why are the beats slower now?
I never really thought about that, to tell you the truth.
Think about it.
I would think I'll say that I know, like when Rock Marciano came out, right? Or when he, I guess when he reinvented himself and dropped you know, Marsburg.
Right.
I think that album kind of like opened the lane for the underground a little bit.
Right.
It kind of created a new type of like I guess template of making hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of what we're doing today kind of it's kind of evolved from that album. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that sound is what it is now, you know.
Yeah, you know, he definitely changed the whole game, and you know, that's what I'm saying. But he's the Godfather. You just there's no way around it. He is the Godfather, and everybody just walked through the door that he
exactly.
And
right. And then I guess then Griselda and, you know,
you
and people
already know Griselda. Yeah, they walked through that door and everything. Yeah. You gotta give it to Rock Marciano. He set the wave, and everybody's riding that wave, you know. Definitely gotta do it, you know, and things like that. So with the science of selling beats, you know, this is what I ask people usually is like, what do you prefer? Do you prefer selling beats, or do you prefer to get with the artist and do splits?
So when I sell beats, I usually just sell them on the front end just to get it out the way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. People are so wishy-washy sometimes. It's just I just like to get my bread on the front end and then just go from there. It's easy.
Right.
You know
so you're more so not trying to grab this artist, do an album with him, and do the split.
Yeah.
Just give me my bread, let me go.
Right, exactly. Yeah. That was better for me.
Okay, that works for you. That works for you. Yeah, because I heard certain artists, they rather do the splits, build with the artists and things like that. You know, because like I said before, when it comes to so many people doing beats nowadays, you know, like as far as pricing, you know, how do you know what to price your beats? Like, how do you know to go this high, this slow, you know?
It's however I feel at the moment.
So let me ask you this. Let me cut you off. Let me ask you this. Hus Kingpin, and you don't have to answer this. Did he pay for the Devonshire beat, or is it something you just gave him?
So that one I just threw at him. You know what I'm saying? But he has purchased beats. He has purchased other beats from me. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you know, if it's a joint that sounds like that sounds like it's in a specific artist's lane, I'll just throw it to him. I know a lot of artists, like they won't do free beats. Right. I mean, if it's something that's gonna be dope and something that's gonna like kind of get me out there, like, I mean, I don't care. Like, just make something dope with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So how did you connect with Hus Kingpin?
I did a remix of like one of the oldest like an older song he had once,
right?
And emailed it to him and he liked it, and yeah, it went from there. And I didn't expect a response,
right?
But he liked it, so I was like, okay, let's roll.
Wow. Now, is he the only big artist, well, you know, underground on his stature that you work with?
He's probably the most high profile person I've done tracks for. Now I have done songs where we've done collaborations with certain people, like, you know, Planet Asia. Me and my boy Despo did a joint with Planet Asia and Tri-State. and we've done a joint with Smith and Wesson.
Okay.
You know, Wu Syndicate. Shout
Right.
out to Wu Syndicate. They're from out here too. The OGs.
Yeah,
Shout out to Maya Linsky, Mafia.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, a few other cats. I got stuff, you know, stuff here and there, you know. And I got some working. You know.
Right. So as a beat maker, you know, are you in the future looking to make your Chronic album like Dr. Dre, or not really?
So I'm loosely working on something, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I do want to make a producer album, you know, at a point.
Right.
So yeah, but if time permits, we'll see where it goes.
Right. Got you. So what about sending stems, like with Hus Kingpin, when he got those beats from you in the past, or even the Davager beat? Did you send him as is, or do you give him the stems?
I think all the ones that I've done with him, I've just sent them like as is.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like sending beats with stems though, just because I think that it makes it easier for the engineer.
Right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I just sent them the track, and that was it.
Right. So let me ask you: do you mix your own beats, or you just make them and just?
Yeah, I mix them first, and I send them. I'm not an engineer, so I'm not the greatest mixer in the world.
Right.
But yeah, I do put a mix on it before I send it. Yeah.
Right. So like a light mix.
Yeah, it's a light mix on it. I mean, yeah, it's never just like a rough draft. I'm never sending rough drafts of beats, like, you know.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, I do put mix.
So like when you make your beats, right? How many sequences are your beats? Is it one sequence and it's just one beat, or is it sequences with a bunch of different changes in it?
You mean the drum beat, or?
Oh no, just the whole beat. Like you may have this sequence here, then you have maybe the next sequence may have a dropout or a change up in it, and the next sequence, you know.
Oh, I see. Oh yeah. Nah, it's not. The sequence is always changing up. You know what I'm saying? Like I try not to make it too redundant. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's just not too just loop.
Right.
You know, back and forth or whatever. Yeah, definitely. I definitely, you know, I can appreciate that. But I also like the repetitiveness too, because it just you get you into a groove.
It depends.
You know, or whatever. I like that.
Because you do want that like hypnotizing type of like element to it too. So you're right about that. Yeah.
I love that. So who are you vibing with now as far as like MCs? Who you want to work with next? Outside of Hustle?
Let's see. I like to work with Rock Marciano, definitely. Who else? Let's see. I like Benny the Butcher.
Of course.
I'm trying to think of somebody that's like more like obscure, maybe not like, because I mean I feel like everybody wants to work with these kind of cats.
Now, have you heard of Mr. Ripley? He's dope too. He's from Jersey, living in Kannapolis, North Carolina. He's really dope, Mr. Ripley.
No, I never heard of him.
Yeah, he's dope. Mr. FP is dope. He's from New York, currently living in Georgia. He's dope too. You got to check him out.
Okay.
I mean, that definitely got to link up with him. He's definitely dope. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. So you don't have a wish list of MCs that you want to work with?
Not really, because like I said, I mean, usually when I make beats, like it's just like, you know, it's just like a form of therapy. You know what I'm saying? You know, if the motherfuckers like it, then okay, cool, let's work. But I don't know, like I don't really like sitting around like thinking about who I want to work with. I mean, I don't know, like I'm weird like that. I don't know.
Right. So as far as beat makers, I know you're probably a fan of it as well. Which, you know, who are you feeling right now as far as beat makers that's really doing a thing that's like, oh, I gotta, you know, that make you want to run to the lab and make something?
So I'm kind of biased, but I'll say my boy King David. He's from out here too.
Yo, you know what? Get him
up. Yeah, definitely get him up here too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, connect him with me. You know, connect.
David. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, my man King Dave. He's killing it. You know what I'm saying?
He's from around your way?
Yeah, he's from Portsmouth too. Yeah, we came up together, and you know, and yeah, so we kind of like feed off one another, like creatively, I guess. Right. It's a cat from France named K.Z.
Okay.
I probably pronounced it wrong.
Right.
K.Z. is how you pronounce it. He's pretty dope. It's like K.E.H.Y.I.N.E. something like that.
Right.
Yeah, those two. Yeah, they jump off the top of my head. Those two. I would say.
Yeah. Because my top 5 right now, of course, is Derringer's number 1. Number 2 is J.R. Swift's. Number 3 is Clipto. Number 4 is Conductor Williams, and this one just made my top 5 is Spanish Ran.
Okay, I've heard the name Spanish Ran, and I've probably heard tracks from him, but didn't know what it was.
Yeah, didn't know. Yeah, Spanish Real. One thing with Spanish Ran, it's like you just can't get one beat from him. He's a whole vibe. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like you have that scary vibe. He has that melancholy, smoothed out, laid back vibe. It's pretty dope. It's hard, but it's smoothed out. And things like that. So like I said, when I listen to your beat,
all the ones you mentioned are dope too, though. Yeah, Derringer.
Yeah. Clipto. Yeah, definitely Clipto. Clipto's that I love Clipto. Because when I hear your beats, I want to throw a hoodie on and I'm gonna play your beats at night. Like that you play it at night.
That means it's working.
Yeah, it's working. Yeah. You're definitely doing your thing. It's definitely working. Now, have you ever taken place in the beat battle scene? Have you ever jumped in the beat battles?
That's how. I was kind of heavy in the beat battle. Right. In the beat battle, maybe like around 2015, 16. Matter of fact, that's the first time I met J.R. Swift actually. I met him at a beat battle. He was there with one of my peoples, and I guess one of my people. Like Brad Illinois. Yes, I was kind of heavy in the beat battle scene when I was like a chop producer.
Right. So do you still rock with that or not really?
Beat battles?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not really in that mode anymore. You know what I'm saying? Right. Plus they don't really have, I don't think there are many they don't really have them that much out here anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a time here like in this area where the beat battle scene was pretty heavy, but it's kind of like dropped off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was only in like one beat battle or whatever, but I was going up a bunch of trap dudes. I was like, like, yo, I had the boom bap, they had the trap going, and I'm like, I'm at the wrong place.
Yeah, I've been in a few of those too. Yeah.
You like, cause you standing like a sore thumb, they looking at you like, what the hell are you doing here? You know what I
mean? Right. Matter of fact, I was in one beat battle and I got to the finals and I up against a trap producer and he crushed me, you know what I'm saying? Because I guess everybody that's what wanted to hear, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was dope though, but maybe it was better. I don't know. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was the trap took me.
Right. So I'm gonna ask you this question, right? And this is who makes better beats? The DJ/producer or the rapper/producer? In your opinion?
You had some good questions.
I'm a beat maker.
I never thought about that.
So think about it. You got DJ Premier, you have Kanye West, you have Dr. Dre, who was a DJ. You have let's say who else? Another rapper producer.
I'm gonna say non-DJs. I'm gonna say not because like you were saying earlier, I think a lot of DJs who become producers, I think sometimes they kind of make it too technical, like you said sometimes.
Okay.
But which is not a bad thing, you know what I'm saying? But like for example, like I love Rock's beats, Rock Marciano's beats. You know what I'm saying? They're simple, but they're effective. He's not a DJ. RZA, was RZA a DJ? Like
I'm not. I don't think he was. He might have been, but I don't think he was.
Right. Kanye, early Kanye was dope. He wasn't a DJ, I guess.
Now, I beg to differ. I'm going to say the DJ producer because they know what the crowd wants to hear. They're dealing with sounds. So I'm going to say like the DJ Premiers, the Pete Rocks, the ones who DJ because they know what the crowd want to hear. But I know what you're saying is because as a rapper, you know what you want to rhyme to.
Right. Or the Alchemist. I don't think he was a DJ. So yeah, I mean, or was
I think he was. I don't think he was a DJ. I know he rhymed at first. Whatever. But I go for the DJ producer dude, then the rapper producer dude. I mean, but it can go both ways because, like I said, the DJ, he knows the music. He's been collecting records for years. He knows makes the crowd move. But then the rapper knows what he wants to rhyme to, and what he wants to, things like that. So it can be.
But also, like you said, you look at like producers like Pete Rock. I guess he started that as a DJ.
Right.
He like when you listen to his beats, you can tell that he was probably a DJ at some point.
Because he was CLC's DJ. Yeah,
his bass lines are amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He has that technical background to where he's able to create bass lines that sound like like he's a bass player.
So I'm glad you mentioned that. So speaking of bass lines, right? Do you think every beat needs a bass line? Do you have a lot of bass lines in your beats? How do you do your bass lines if you do deal with bass lines?
I don't think they're necessary. I don't think they're 100% necessary. It's just about how the beat sounds at the end. You know what I'm saying?
Do you play bass in your beats or no?
Nah, I'm not really playing them. I'm just like taking a bass sound and like putting it in the it used to go in. You know what I'm saying? Or I might take like a bass line loop and chop that up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a bass player, so I'm not straight up just like like
yeah. So I was wondering when it comes to bass lines, where you at with it?
Yeah, everything doesn't need a bass line though. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I feel you. So yes, listen, my nigga, I want to thank you for being on this platform. I've been checking your work out for a minute.
Thanks.
Strictly for my niggas, man. It's for us. This platform for us, it's one of a kind,
Yeah, I like this. I like what you're doing. And I think it needs to get to a wider audience. Definitely. It's a one of a kind podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So good luck with this in the future. And I'm gonna keep plugging you with this as well.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Because like I said, it's for us, by us, and the questions are from a beat maker, who makes beats or whatever, And that's I think makes it more interesting. I'm just not a regular journalist asking you, silly stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
But really getting into beat science and just, getting deeper and getting to your, how you do things or whatever. So,
right.
Much success to you. I want to celebrate you and give you your flowers while you're here. I want to hear more from you.
Definitely
want to hear more from you. And like I said, we'll keep in touch, man. I appreciate you for just jumping on and being on the show.
Thanks for having me again, man. I appreciate it.
All right, peace, my brother.
All right.
I'm gonna tell you now, I ain't no holy individual, but I am righteous. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not gonna steal from you, I'm not gonna cheat you. I'm gonna tell you